Well, the big day is finally here. The Black Stars of Ghana and Three Lions of England are going to be tangoing in the second group game of Group A in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And interestingly, both sides won their first games in this year's 2026 FIFA World Cup. England will be seeking to make their way onto glory by going to the next stage of the competition as they seek to beat the Black Stars of Ghana in the second group game at the GLS Stadium in Boston, Massachusetts, where they come face to face with the Black Stars of Ghana. This is a full match preview of how the things are going to go, where the battles will be won and lost, how the lineups might probably shape up, and probably predicting the results of how things are going to go by. First of all, the English team won by 4 goals to 2 against Croatia. We all are aware that they were able to beat Croatia, but they give the Croatians a lot of chances, especially at the back line, whenever they're building up with that 2-3-5, when they're shaping up to attack the Croatians. In situations they get living dangerously, but unfortunately for the Croatians, they are having an aging setup. So that was the ineffectiveness that we saw on the part of the Croatians. This is where the Black Stars of Ghana is going to be probably a different ball game altogether, because the Black Stars have young and energetic players who are runners, who can take up the English team when it comes to moving from transition, especially from defense to the attack. And the English team are really aware of what is going to happen. Harry Kane came up with 2 goals, Jude Bellingham, and of course, Marcus Rashford, who came in the second half, ensured that the English team won by 4 goals to 2 on that day when they defeated Croatia. The coach, Thomas Tuchel, is under pressure. He says he's not ready to give his setup until maybe probably 1 hour to the start of the game. That's where he's going to bring his starting lineup. But we all are aware the English team in that game against Croatia started with Jordan Pickford, the Everton goalkeeper, in goal post, and of course Reece James, the captain of Chelsea, Nico O'Reilly. These were the full backs. Reece James on the right, and of course Nico O'Reilly on the left, and of course Ezri Konsa, the UEFA Europa League winner, alongside John Stones of Manchester City, were the main guys at the back line. Setting deep was the double pivot that comprised of Declan Rice of Arsenal, the Premier League winner, and of course Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest. On the left was Noni Madueke of Arsenal, a fellow team member of Declan Rice, and also on the left was Anthony Gordon of Everton, who is now moving to Barcelona, with Harry Kane playing just in front of Jude Bellingham. So this was how the English team set up. So quickly in transformation, they set up with 2 at the back line, which happens to be the centre back. So Nico O'Reilly joined the 4 men in attack, and that included Noni Madueke, Jude Bellingham, Anthony Gordon, and of course Harry Kane, to form a 5-man in the front line of the English team. Then of course Reece James invert to add up to the deep midfield double pivot guys. That included Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson. So this is how the English team attacked, and in doing so, they gave the Croatians a whole lot of chances at a point in time. You saw some of the players moving out of position just to make sure to counter the dangerous situation which was coming on. And that was where the English team at a point in time had problems and needed to concede 2 goals in that game against Croatia. The Black Stars of Ghana are having a coach who has an unfinished business with the English team. Remember the last time out in the World Cup in 2022 Qatar, Carlos Queiroz was the man on the touchline of the Team Melli of Iran when they lost by 6 goals to 2 against England. So I think Carlos Queiroz will savor his chance of seeking a revenge and avenging the defeat that the English team inflicted on his pain in the last World Cup by being on the touchline for the Black Stars of Ghana. This happens to be his 3rd game in the dugout. His first game was that international friendly prior to the start of the World Cup in Cardiff, which was the 1-1 draw in Cardiff when Caleb Irenchi had his debut goal for the Black Stars of Ghana. He had a starting lineup that was maintained going to that probably just a change. He started with Lawrence Atizigi, Marvin Senaya, the right back of AJ Oxlade on the right, Gideon Mensah, another playmate of Marvin Senaya, the same club, and of course Jerome Opoku, and then Jonas Ajeti man in the back line. Mind you, we are missing some couple of key defenders in this World Cup. Mohamed Salis of AS Monaco is not around, and of course Alexander Jiku of Spartak Moscow is not around. So that affords the opportunity for Jerome Opoku and Jonas Ajeti to serve as the main men in the centre backs. The Black Stars played deep in midfield with Elisha Owusu and of course Caleb Irenchi, who scored the goal on that day. And of course it was Ernest Nyama, who was on the right, Antoine Semenyo on the left, and then Kamaldeen Sulemana of Atalanta BC playing just behind Captain Jordan Ayew. So clearly there were defined roles which were in a bit of confusion. No clearly defined role for Ernest Nyama, for Kamaldeen Sulemana and Antoine Semenyo. You saw there was a mishap of clash, especially among them. Jordan Ayew was drifting from his position. So if you check the heat map of the game, after the day, you will see clearly that he wasn't being the main man. He most of times drifts to the left, which leaves the Black Stars in a hole. Whenever they are attacking, there is no man up front. So that is how it happened. The Panama team gave Black Stars a good run for their money during the first half. They were very physical, especially in the first half. Very physical, making a lot of moves on the sideways to be taking a lot of balls on the crosses. And this is where the Black Stars might take a closer look of what happened in the game against Panama to correct those mistakes in the game against England today. Because at a point they were living dangerously. The pullouts were giving a lot of clashes. So there was a clash between goalkeeper Lawrence Atizigi and the two centre backs. So these were problems that I think Coach Carlos Queiroz will look up to change the setup, and of course probably counter those threats that will be coming at the goal of Ghana. The good news for the Black Stars is Thomas Partey, who was denied the visa to enter into Canada for the last game against Panama, is going to be here today. And as the Black Stars faced the Three Lions, Black Stars need such kind of a midfielder who is going to sit deep just in front of the back line to help in terms of the build-out play. And this is where the English team will want to press. Hurricane used to drift forward to drag your player so that those runners, especially Noni Madueke and Anthony Gordon, or maybe Bukayo Saka or Marcus Rashford, who might get the chance to run into those channels of spaces. So, Thomas Partey is going to be very, very important in this game because his sitting deep will help to build the back line whenever you are building out. Because of what? Because of his press resistance. Because you hardly press him and get the ball. He's able to stand on his feet and then meander his way through to help to build out in that game or in that instance whenever the Black Stars decided to build on that. So there were key injury concerns with regards to how Lawrence Atizigi got injured in the first game against Panama and later on be replaced by Accra Suffolk's goalkeeper and captain Benjamin Asari, who kept a clean sheet also in the second half, and how it happened when the Black Stars of Ghana. Brandon Thomas Asante was quite electric in that game against Panama. His movement, his swiftness, his pacey nature was kind thing that gave the Panama team a lot of problems. And that's why some of people, especially Ghanaians, are thinking that Brandon Thomas Asante should be given the opportunity to start, because you need to get a high pressing high up the field, because the defending need to start up front where you keep up the pace, the pressure on the centre backs who are going to start the build-out plan for the English team. It probably promised to be a KG encounter. Maybe the Black Stars team might see some couple of changes. For sure, I know Thomas Partey is going to start. Maybe Elisha Osu will probably go to the bench too. So Thomas Partey will combine with Caleb Urenchi deep in the centre of midfield. I don't know how Coach Carlos Queiroz is going to make his changes with regards to the right flanks, because we saw Ernest Nyama starting, and of course when Abdul Fattah Isaku came, he gave a good account of himself. He was making promising moves, he was making swift movement, taking on the Panama team and also dropping deep to help the right back. Unfortunately for Antoine Semenyo, in the first game against Panama, he wasn't tracking back to help Gideon Mensah. So it led Gideon Mensah being exposed on some couple of situations. In games like this, where the Black Stars might probably be tipped to sit deep, you will need to see Antoine Semenyo dropping deep to add up to the defense whenever the Black Stars are under pressure, when they are behind the ball. But historically, in the history of Ghana and England, in any competition, the English team are yet to beat Ghana. In 1950, Ghana beat England 2-1 in an international friendly. In 1993, Australia 93 and the 20 championship, the Black Satellites defeated the English team. In 2009, when the Black Satellites were on their way to winning the title, they beat the English team by 4-0 on that day when the Black Satellites team won. And of course, we saw it the last time out at Wembley, when it ended in a 1-1 draw when Asamoah Gyan had the equalizer for the Black Stars. Interestingly, The English team, whenever they are playing an African team in match day 2 or second round of games, it ends in a goalless draw. We've seen two situations of this, and that was what happened in 1986 against Morocco, and of course in 2010 against Algeria. And interestingly, all these teams are North African teams. But for the Black Stars, in their match day 2 at the World Cup, there is always an average of 2 goals. In the Black Stars game at the FIFA World Cup on second day of matches, group games, it has an average of 2 goals. In 2006, 2-0, Black Stars won against Czech Republic. In 2010, 1-1, Black Stars drew with the Australian team. In 2014 against Germany in Brazil, it was 2-2 draw, a game that the Black Stars should have probably won, but that is how it ended. And of course, the last time out in Qatar 2022, when the Black Stars of Ghana defeated South Korea by 3-2 when Mohamed Kudus had his debut goal in the history of the World Cup alongside Mohamed Salisu. So that was how it happened. This is a full preview of the game between the Black Stars of Ghana and, of course, the Three Lions. These are how the battles will be won and lost. Declan Rice addressed the fact that the English team are aware of the counter-pressing of the Black Stars team. They are aware of the pacey nature. They are aware of how the young generation of players with the likes to Abdul Fattah Issa, Kwenes Nyama, Kamal Din Suleimana can easily catch them on break. And they know that Ghana can decide to be direct. It promised to be a cagey encounter. So this is the full preview of the Black Stars game against Three Lions of England. Who wins in that game today at the Gillette Stadium in Boston, Massachusetts? This has been the podcast channel with Awal. Thank you.